recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You're like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
Aaron.
I haven't started cooking more, but I have started thinking about cooking more, so I've looked at a lot of recipes for things. Mostly cocktails.
Zahkia.
I'm a very happy evil genius.
Yeah.
And Nick.
For all the listeners out there, if you spend enough money, you can be where I am today.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and I'm here today with Nikki Bates. Hello, Nikki.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, I'm here today with Zahkia Mendoza. Hello, Zahkia.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hey, guys, we have 2 fantastic guests. First, to my left, Mr. Will Krasnoff is here. Hello, Will.
Hey, Jonathan. Thanks for having me.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but you've been steadily moving from like alt rock grunge guy to kind of like yuppie 80s guy over the course of maybe 4 episodes you've been on. I mean, it's just a vibe I'm getting, but I remember a longer beard goatee thing. I remember more dark clothes, and now you're here in a nice cream-colored collared shirt with a perfectly coiffed haircut and beard.
Well, Jonathan, we all have to grow up at some point, right? But I'm glad that you got to
show up with a top hat and monocle next time.
Right. That's the escalation, right? It's just I'm going to be a suit and tie guy, but no, got a kid on the way actually. So it's the grunge phase is over, and now it's full dadcore over here. So
love it. And nothing wrong with that. I'm teasing you a little, but I did notice the shift in your look over the years now. It's always fun. All right, and last but not least, Mr. Alex Misner is with us. Hello, Isaac. Yeah, great. Good job, Jonathan. One of those syllables had the same vowel sound. That's all I had. All right, Mr. Alex Misner is with us. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Jonathan.
Are we going to have any Auburn questions for Alex today, Nikki? It seems like every time he's on, we end up with an Auburn sports question.
No spoilers. I'm not telling. Maybe.
Great. All right. Well, Alex, whatever sports questions get asked, I'm going to assume that it's going to be about an Auburn person.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. One last thing. So usually I ask everybody where they're from, what they do, and something fun about themselves. As of last episode, we have changed this. We've had so many people answer the question multiple times that it's like, okay, got to have a new question. So here we go. Tell me where you're from, what you do, and what makes you nerdy. Will, we're going to start with you. You don't have to tell us everything that makes you nerdy, but one strong example.
Yeah. So I am residing in New York City. I work as a software engineer. So that sort of is a good start to what makes me nerdy already. But another good one is during COVID, in order to start, interacting with people more outside of my sort of immediate household, me and a couple of friends of mine started a fantasy-only book club that meets virtually. And so we've been going strong for, I guess, 3 years or so now, meeting once a week. So that's a little extra nerd from me.
I love that. What is the best fantasy book that you've read? By the way, I'm going to ask about the fantasy books, but when you said fantasy book club, I thought in terms of fantasy sports. And I'm like, how do you score the books for fantasy sports club book?
If someone comes up with a good question about the book, that's a touchdown, right? So that's 6 points right there. So
clearly,
you pick Brandon Sanderson and just get number of books published as a point.
That's right, exactly. That would be it.
book with the highest pages gets a point. But Will, what's the best fantasy book that you've read as a part of your book club?
That is a very good question. I would say we actually have maintained ratings, but so my favorite currently is Will of the Many by James Islington, and we're currently reading the sequel. Very good if you're into fantasy. And then let's see, another sort of fantasy adjacent book that is a little bit more literary that was quite impactful is Babel or Babel by R.F. Kuang. Many people also like that one. So those are a couple on sort of both ends of the spectrum, sort of a little bit more intellectual and a little bit more just fun.
Very cool. I'm going to throw a recommendation for your fantasy book club. Anything fantasy by Lois McMaster Buchholz, but specifically The Curse of Chalion is one of the best fantasy books I've ever read.
All right, I have not heard of that one, so that's fabulous. I will check that out.
I got a huge kick out of it. It's been my favorite book for years, and she's my favorite author. But I was listening, so I listened to
Jonathan. Sarah's listening.
Damn, she's my second favorite author. But I mean Lois.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm never picking a different one than Sarah for sure. So I listen to a podcast regularly, not another D&D podcast, it's NADPod for short. And on one of their Patreon episodes, they were doing recommendations for things that they experienced during the year last year. And one of the main cast members recommended that book, and I was just like, my God, somebody else has found it and they loved it too. And it's really nice when that happens. So yeah, that was a good one. Okay, Will, it is great to have you here. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, you got to work on the fantasy sports angle for your book league.
That's right.
All right, Alex, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and what makes you nerdy.
So I'm a nuclear engineer from Richland, Washington, which, much like Will, that kind of makes me nerdy by default. But another one is I like to have list of things I'm looking for in museums. And so inspired by a pub trivia question this last week, I'm starting on trying to check off more Fabergé eggs.
Nice.
That's cool. How many have you seen?
10.
How many exist?
46 that they can account for.
What a cool list. Okay, now you've seen 10 of them. Which one was the best? Which location were you?
Well, they were all in the Kremlin Armory.
Oh.
You've been in the Kremlin Armory?
Yeah, it's a museum.
It is. Where is it? In Moscow?
It's in the Kremlin.
Okay. Yeah.
So they have like the Tsar's crown jewels there and all kinds of fun things like that. And the best one I saw was the Trans-Siberian Railroad egg.
Yeah.
It has a nice long gold train with it.
Are they themed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is cool. That's awesome.
So for US, there's 2 in DC, 5 in Richmond, 2 in Baltimore, and I think 1 in Cleveland and 1 in Houston.
It's a shame there's not one in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, we need you to work on that. All right. Well, thank you for being here. You are, as always, an interesting person, and I am looking forward to hearing about your egg updates over the years. All right, guys. It is time for Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
Okay, for today's Warm It Up, I'm going to give you one half of a famous TV couple, and I want you to give me their other half. If you can give me just like first name or something, I'll accept it. Most of these, I think they're going to be obvious. There's like one main person that they were with. So the person that they are most associated with. And we're going to start with Alex. Alex, your character is Kermit the Frog.
I'm going to go with Miss Piggy.
That is correct. We're starting out with a little more familiar ones. Will, you are next, and you get Chandler Bing.
Oh, yeah, Monica Geller.
That is correct. Jonathan, Leonard Hofstadter.
Leonard and Penny.
That is correct. What is Penny's last name?
Who knows?
She does not have one. It's a running gag. That is correct.
Really?
But where is she from, Jonathan?
Texas.
She's from the great state of Nebraska, Jonathan.
She is?
I even claim the fictional characters.
I really thought Texas. How about that? Okay.
No, she's from Nebraska. Zahkia, your character is Fox Mulder.
I did. Are they actually a thing?
I didn't think they were a couple.
I did not say that this has to be a romantic couple, but this is a pretty famous pair. And also, this is a will they, won't they kind of thing. So,
yeah, it's Fox Mulder and Scully. I don't remember her first name, but it's Mulder and Scully.
Dana Scully. That is correct.
I should really know that.
Alex, back to you with Mr. Big.
That's going to be Carrie Bradshaw.
Correct. Carrie from Sex and the City. Will, your character is Robin Scherbatsky.
Well, it's good, first of all, that I'm getting ones from, like, you know, this past couple of decades, because I have no idea who Leonard and Penny are. I will.
That is from this last couple of decades.
Who is that? It's fine.
It's the Big Bang Theory.
That's the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah. All right. Fair. Okay. So this would be, so this is kind of a confusing one, Nikki. This might be debatable. So I would say Ted Mosby or Barney Stinson.
Yeah, I think both of those would be acceptable. The one I have on my list is Barney Stinson, but I'll give you some extra imaginary points for giving me both of those. Jonathan, your character is Corey Matthews.
Corey and Topanga.
Correct.
Which for me is a much better pull than you think, because I never watched the show. I don't know anything about it, honestly. So that's just in the zeitgeist.
Yep. Zahkia, Jim Halpert.
Oh, Jim and Pam from The Office.
Yep, that's Pam Beasley. Nice work. Alex, Niles Crane.
Well, are you going for Maris or Daphne here?
Again, you're going to get some extra points. This is from Frasier. What would you say?
Well, both. He was married to Maris, but he was always trying to end up with Daphne.
Yeah,
I thought Frasier was married.
On my list, but
Frasier was married to Maris.
No.
He
was married to Lilith. In Cheers.
Lilith. You're right. No, I completely misremembered it. Whoa.
And to be fair, the most iconic pair from Frasier is Frasier and Niles, if we're talking about like pairs. But yeah.
I did not actually watch that show, but what about Grandpa and the dog?
Yeah. Yeah.
Grandpa
Everyone's
and Eddie.
Probably screaming the names at me, but I'm like, Grandpa and the dog. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, Will, we're back to you, and you get Sam Malone. Speaking of Cheers.
Yes, I don't know. I'm going to guess Daphne.
One of them has that same first letter.
Yeah, you have two options.
I mean, there's definitely two here.
There are. I'll take credit for either.
I'm completely in the dark, so.
Who can help him?
Diana or Rebecca?
I have Diane Chambers listed, but yeah, Rebecca with Kirstie Alley would have also accepted that. Jonathan, Derek Shepard. We're getting a little harder now, I think.
Derek Shepard is not a name that I'm familiar with. I don't have any connection to it, so I don't have an answer. If you give me a show, I might be able to give you an answer.
If I gave you the partner, you would have part of the show's name. The partner of Derek Shepard is the show's namesake. Does that help?
No, like I said, there's no connection to Derek Shepard.
Does Derek have a nickname?
He does.
I don't have a connection,
Somebody help
guys.
him
I'm
out.
sorry.
This is Ellen Gray.
Not Ellen Gray. Ellen Pompeo plays her. This is Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy.
All right.
Yeah, no, there was absolutely there's no amount of cluing that's going to get me to name I don't have any knowledge of.
Yep. Okay, Zahkia, you get Donna Pinciotti.
Oh, that's from That 70s Show. I didn't watch That 70s Show, but I think she was paired up with Topher Grace.
That's
And
correct.
I believe Topher Grace's character shares a name with the character in House.
That's correct.
Is this
played
Eric
by Omar Epps, I believe.
Eric Foreman?
Yes, that's it.
Hey!
There was a lot of flavor before the answer came.
I had to work through it. I triangulate.
Yeah. I love it. Alex, you get John J.D. Dorian.
Oh, I never watched Scrubs.
The reboot just started, too, and I have not seen it, but I've heard it's not great.
I think it's Sarah Chalk's character, but I don't know what her name was.
That's correct. Think of E.T. going,
Elliot.
Elliot. It's Elliot Reed.
What about Turk though?
Yeah, I would argue that is Turk.
It's
Yeah,
Guy
if
Love.
you didn't make it romantic couples, Turk is more for sure.
I would have accepted either. I mean, these are all for imaginary points anyway. We're just warming up brains. So, yeah, we'll take that too. Will, you get Cameron Tucker.
Oh no! Can anyone help me out with the TV
He
show
might
that
go
we're
by
talking about?
Cam.
Tucker. Cam.
I can't help you, bro.
It's Modern Family.
Oh.
Correct.
Oh,
Oh.
wait, it's the gay couple.
Yes.
They adopted a daughter.
I still don't know, but it's the other guy in the gay couple.
Both of his names have itch in them.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson is
Yes.
the actor.
Itch. Both of his names have itch.
Yeah, first name and last name.
Richard something. No?
Nope.
What other first name has an itch in it?
How about Mitch?
Tell me, please. Oh, Mitch.
Mitch. It's Mitchell Pritchett.
it's
He's very itchy.
Pritchett.
It's, Richard Pritchard.
Richard Pritchett.
All right, Jonathan, you get Finn Hudson.
God dang it. Who is Finn Hudson?
I'll tell you, this is not Adventure
Finn.
Time. There aren't a lot of
Finn.
Finns on TV, but this is not Adventure Time. This is a different show.
Is this Psych?
It is not Psych.
It's not Psych. Is it Suits?
It is not
This
Suits.
just feels like a USA type show. I've never heard of the character. Never heard of the character, guys.
This is from Glee.
I can't give you any other names of characters in Glee.
All right, anyone else have it?
This is Corey Monteith's character from Glee, is that?
This is, I don't know who that is because I didn't watch
Yeah,
Glee, but this is a
it's-
female.
So we're looking for
Rach-
Leah Michelle, right? Is that
Rachel
Yes.
Berry.
Rachel Berry is correct.
Hey, thank
nice?
you. The
Zahkia.
full knowledge that I have of that show is Jane Leaves. No, not Leaves. Jane Lynch. It's the only character I'm aware of in the show. That's what I got.
Sue Sylvester.
Isn't Jane Leaves Daphne from
She sure is.
It was fresh in the mind.
All right, Zahkia, you get Ben Wyatt.
Ben Wyatt? So this is from Parks and Rec. I did not
Yes.
watch Parks and Rec, but my mom did, and I believe she's obsessed with this character because she sees herself in this character. Is this Leslie Nope?
That is correct.
All right.
Although if you got it wrong, it would have been fun to say nope.
This morning, Sarah was rearranging some things, and she rearranged these little bird nest decorations with small eggs in them. And there was a bird nest with 2 little eggs, and these are like the size of like a chocolate egg during Easter. And one of them, and I didn't have my glasses on, I was having a hard time seeing when I was trying to figure out what the words were written on them. And one of them was gratitude. And I was like, gratitude and nope. No, it was hope. But what I read was gratitude and nope.
Nope.
That's
The
a great
Easter egg
pair.
you don't want.
No, thank you.
Yeah, yes.
Alex, we are back to you, and you get Taranga Leela in one of my very favorite couples.
That'd be Philip J. Fry.
That is correct.
Oh.
Will, you get Richard Castle.
Oh, from the eponymous TV show Castle.
Right track, yeah.
Detective something or other.
Cynthia Fortress.
That's right. Yes. Penelope Moat, I think, is what it is, actually.
That is not what I have on my list, but to be fair, I'm not a castle watcher. So what I have listed, does anyone else want to take a shot before I say it?
I have no idea.
I have Kate Beckett.
Take your word for it.
All right, let us know in the chat. Jonathan.
Yeah.
We have Daphne Blake.
Wait, is that Daphne from Frasier?
No.
Oh,
No,
Daphne
very
much
much
not.
and that was Daphne Moon. Now we've
Daphne
got Daphne
Blake.
Blake.
Daphne Blake. Fred Rogers.
That's Mr. Rogers.
Nope. Fred. What's his name? Fred. Last
It's a very
name is it
generic one,
Rogers?
like Rogers. It's very generic like that.
Fred.
he
What's
might have a
Fred's
dog
last
named
name?
Indiana.
What are you talking about? I'm going with Fred and Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
His last name's Jones.
Jones. Fred Jones.
Yep, you get
Okay.
credit. You said Fred,
Okay.
but that cracked me up.
Fred
Shaggy's last name is Rogers.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It's a jumble.
All right, Zahkia, you get the last one, and this is Dick Solomon.
I don't know who Dick Solomon is. Richard
If it
Solomon?
helps, most of us don't either.
It's Third Rock from the Sun.
That is correct.
Oh. So played it. Who are they? Aren't they all aliens?
This woman is not, and she was played by Jane Curtin.
Oh. I don't know.
This
I got
was
nothing.
Mary Albright. Mary
Good for Dick and
Albright.
Mary. Yeah. The Tom in there. Tom, Dick, and Mary. Is that a thing?
Tom, Dick, and Mary. It's a thruple.
Now, I don't want to make this show very long, but I'm going to rattle off a few more names here for the chat to just chat about.
Yeah.
I have Drew Carey, obviously, from the Drew Carey Show, Rory Williams, Tara McClay, Logan Eccles. I think I'm saying that right. It's
Yeah, it's Logan
Echolls.
Eccles.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
James Sawyer Ford, and Chuck Bartowski. So have fun with those in the chat. And that was your Warm It Up.
Wow. Nikki leaving stuff on the table that only the chat gets to play. I love it.
Very smart.
You can play at home when you listen to the podcast, but you're going to have to Google those answers.
Unless you're really good, which makes you better than most of us. Woo! All right. Good job, everybody. Today, it is episode number 574. That means we are on the main feed. Thank you for listening. We appreciate everybody who is here today. And we encourage you to go to trivialwarfarearmy.com. If you like what we're doing, sign up as a sergeant or higher. At the sergeant level, you're talking about $5 a month. You immediately get access to our full back catalog of over 400 archived episodes. You also get to, if you go higher than that, if you're a lieutenant or higher, you start earning credit towards coming on the show, just like Will and Alex here today. So encourage you to go to trivialwarfarearmy.com. Now, I'm going to give you a free tip, just something cool that I've run across in the last week that I'm taking advantage of, and maybe you'd like it too, so I want to share. So I'm obviously jobless right now, technically, and so I'm doing a lot of trying to save money in different ways. And one of the things that I wanted to do this year, at the beginning of the year, I set a goal to read 26 books. I haven't read many books a year in a long time, so 26 is once every 2 weeks. And as I went through our budget and went through the money and all the rest, it was like, crap, I can't afford to buy 20. I don't want a subscription that's going to cost me $12 a month. And I don't really want to buy 26 books in order to read them. What can I do? Enter the library, and specifically the Libby app, which you can have the Libby app on your phone. I just finished my second book from the library in the last week that I got to listen to for free because it's a library. You can check out books electronically, listen to the audio book. You can read the electronic book. It's a pretty freaking good deal. So if you're like me and you're trying to read more and you don't want to pay for a bunch of extra stuff, check out Libby. Okay. That's my
Libby.
public service announcement.
I was going to
Yes,
say,
Zahkia?
Libby is that girl. It is so good. I love it.
Yep. Super cool. And yes, shout out to our libraries. Okay. Like I said, this is episode number 574. It is Alex and Will versus Jonathan and Zahkia. Will and Alex, do you have a team name?
Yeah, no.
It looks like no.
Yeah, I don't think
You
so.
haven't
We
talked
can be
about
the Maroon Morons if Alex is okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right,
enough.
I will be changing that.
Zahkia and I realized the last time that we teamed up that we have a permanent team name, and we have to start using it whenever we team up moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Jay. She's Z. Together we're Jay-Z. Our team name is The Blueprint.
Forever. I love it so much.
Over.
All right. It is Will. It is the Maroon Morons. Is that what you said?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The Maroon Morons versus The Blueprint. Nikki's hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Before I start the game, I'm going to have you edit in a little credit for the warm it up that I did not give before. So here it goes. This warm it up comes to us from Lorax723. They did a Sporkle quiz about this, so I am using their quiz for our warm it up.
Oh, thank you, Lorax.
Round 1, question 1 comes to us from Nikki Bates, and your category is the year of the rabbit. According to the Chinese calendar, it's the year of the horse. But you might think it's the year of the rabbit because who won a Grammy for Album of the Year just before performing at Super Bowl 60?
It feels weird having meow meow.
Yeah, right.
For this particular question, but
I'm going to give us a meow toot.
or like a
That was just strange.
That was odd. For those who can't see, which is everybody except the live stream, I took the whistle, blew the whistle, and then smacked it into the hammer because we all are confident.
Let's 3, 2, 1 this with your best accent. In 3, 2, 1.
Bad
Bunny.
You are correct. That is Bad Bunny. Round 1, question 2. Your category is nicknames. After seeing their scruffy appearance after a night of partying in Vegas, Lauren Bacall reportedly coined what nickname for a famous group of entertainers?
We can lock in.
All right, Zahkia, we're both saying the Rat Pack, right?
Yes.
We're locked in.
Okay,
It's the
they are
Rat Pack
locked in.
because they looked like a bunch of rats.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Rat Boy a thing for a while?
I don't know.
Yeah. Who's a
Bat
rat
Boy was.
Also,
Bat Boy. There's
from,
a
like, the
musical
Enquirer.
as well, the Bat Boy musical. So
There's
All
also
right.
the Fat Boys.
Oh my goodness.
That took me back. All right. Maroon Morons, did you go with the Fat Boys or what did you guys put?
We did not. We just went with, 50s, 60s Vegas. It's going to be the Rat Pack.
All right, we went from bunnies to rats, and you were both correct. It is the Rat Pack. Off to a great start. Round 1, question 3. Your category is the Winter Olympics.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be fine. You're going to be fine.
It's not.
Granite from Ailsa Craig, an uninhabited island off the coast of Scotland, is exclusively used to make what equipment for the Winter Olympics?
You want to lock in with that?
yes.
Is somebody playing a tuba or trumpet or trombone?
There is a trombone below me, yes.
There's a trombone in my ears, Nikki.
You can seriously hear that?
It's loud.
Faint for me. Okay.
It's not faint for me.
I am going to go discourage my son from practicing his musical talents. I'm going to tell him, you know what? This podcaster told you to shut up. So
I encourage your discouragement.
One moment.
Jonathan's here to quash the arts.
Yeah. Quash the arts. Okay.
I don't know. I think it's kind of charming, but
it is charming, but I won't be able to get it out of the recording.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah. Did we lock in an answer, Zahkia?
No, we did.
We are.
They did.
You
yes,
locked in. Okay, we're going to talk. So
Okay.
I threw out curling stones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You seem to think that's a good answer. I just made it up though, so I don't want you to think that I know anything.
So here's the thing. Knowing that this was a Nikki game, I did study a little bit. And I know.
Wow.
I have to show up good for you, Nikki. Like that's important to me. Like
Zahkia is creeping on me.
How do you know what to study for in a Nikki game?
So
I study Nikki.
I went down 2 routes. One,
quite enough of that.
One, I feel like
turn the trombone up.
Nikki asks about things that are typically pretty topical. So I did 2 New York Times current events quizzes. And also, I remember with the Winter Olympics, Nikki posted something about going curling recently. So I looked up curling on Wikipedia, and that's how I learned that those little stone things are made of granite. And I don't know what they're called, but the push disc things.
They're called curling stones.
The stones, okay, yes. They're made of granite. So that's why I felt 100% emoji good on that, because I know that they're made of granite. So.
All right, well, we're locking in curling stones.
Okay, Alex and Will?
Yes. So I am half Canadian by marriage. So, Winter Olympics are kind of a big
Is that
deal.
how that works?
In my
Hold on.
household.
Does that mean you married a Canadian or?
Yes, I married a
she's half-
Canadian.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, I've adopted some of the culture, and the Team Canada in some hot water recently over a controversy in the curling world, which no publicity is bad publicity here, but so that is granite, big rocks are sort of on my mind. So when I heard Winter Olympics and granite, I thought curling, and Alex me remember that those things are just called stones. So curling stones is what we locked in with as well.
Both teams locked in with curling stones, and it is those rock push discs is the answer. It is curling stones. And I will have you know, Zahkia, that I wrote this question long before I even knew I was going to go curling. But yeah, I did try curling. And those of you who have met me in person know that I am not known for my grace. I'm kind of a clumsy person. My right knee is so black and blue right now.
Oh,
when you push yourself off the hack, that's what it's called, the little foot pad where you brace on. It's not intuitive for me at all. Like the way you drag one leg behind you and the other leg comes up under you. They called it like a pedestal. And my son was very good at it. I was not, and just whacked my knee right on the ice. But yes, your correct answer is curling stones. Nice job.
Nikki does her first push, and she's like, thwack. Oh, my knee.
It was all of these young college kids, too. I was trying to be very cool.
We're actively trying to do a breakout group at the coming takeover in Pittsburgh to do a curling thing and a few other, like an axe story and curling together kind of thing. And maybe we shouldn't do that if we're going to go and get people hurt who are relatively
No, I think the
fit.
normal people will not get hurt. I will find a way.
Okay.
Well, after your first round, we are 3 for 3. Both teams tied with 30 points with a very strong start. Round 2, question 1, your category is names the same. What actor from There's Something About Mary and The Outsiders shares his name with a fictional character from Gunsmoke?
I think we can lock that one in.
How dare you? Lock in before we do. Yeah, now, Zahkia, you and I are both right there at the same time for sure, right?
Yeah.
How did you get it? I know that for me, it started, like she said something about Mary. I'm like, I think he was in, but then it really locked in with Gunsmoke. What about you?
So I know Matt Dillon was in There's Something About Mary because lowercase Zahkia used to get Matt Dillon and Matt Damon mixed up. And then Matt Dillon was also in The Outsiders with all the, hottie toddy 80s boys of the moment. So yeah, I knew it from Matt Dillon. I don't know anything about Gunsmoke, but Marshall Dillon sounds good to me. So
yeah, Marshall Dillon is one of the main characters on Gunsmoke for sure.
Cool.
So we said Matt Dillon or just Dillon.
Which feels like another name.
And the Maroon Morons, what did you guys lock in with?
Yeah, Matt Dillon was in There's Something About Mary, and I believe that was James Arness's role in Gunsmoke.
You guys are both correct. It is Matt Dillon.
Yay!
There's a lyric in a song by Toby Keith, I Want to Be a Cowboy. And something like, you've never heard old Marshall Dillon say, Miss
Kitty.
Peggy? Kitty, Miss Kitty, have you ever dreamed of running away? Blah, blah, blah. It's a whole verse about how Marshall Dillon would never hang his hat up at a single place, and he was always kind of on the road and on the ride.
Well, Zahkia, you know how you always get Matt Dillon confused with Matt Damon?
Mm-hmm.
I get Gunsmoke and Bonanza confused every single time.
Of course you do.
I rarely pick the correct one.
With my IRL trivia team, it's Gunsmoke and Rawhide. Those are the two that we screw up.
Yep. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. Round 2, question 2. Your category is, this question should ring a bell. This half of an acting couple is known for their roles in the films Idiocracy and Chips, as well as the TV show Parenthood.
You good locking in with that?
I'm good locking that in.
Okay, Zahkia. It's weird, this half of an acting couple. Why is that even in the question?
Because this person has a partner who also acts. So you mentioned Luke Wilson, but I can't think of who Luke Wilson is partnered with.
I couldn't tell you.
And I'm thinking of Idiocracy, like Maya Rudolph's in it, but her partner is a director. Terry Crews is in it.
It's the podcaster, Dax Shepard.
Kristen Bell, got it.
Yeah, it's a minor role in Idiocracy. It's not a major role, but definitely seen as part of an acting couple.
Okay, there we go. Dax Shepard. Yep, that makes sense.
We're gonna lock in.
All right, they're locked in with Dax Shepard. Maroon Morons, which feels mean every time I say it. What did you guys lock in with?
So of course Jonathan gets it from podcaster. When you said acting couple, I was like, okay, like Lake Bell, kind of a deep cut, and then I was like Kristen Bell, and you said TV, and I remember her sort of famous counterpart in the goofy like stirrups for the motorcycle police movie, so I decided to go with her. I suggested Dax Shepard, and that's what we locked in with as well.
Both teams locked in with Dax Shepard, and both teams maintaining their perfect game, which I'm saying out loud to hopefully break this streak.
Jeez, it's not even that far into the game, Nikki.
Look, the great state of Nebraska has won no points so far. All right, round 2, question 3 comes to us from Cameron Spoor. Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you.
And the category is, I was told there would be no math.
Okay.
You Your question is, the formula 220 minus your age is a loose way to determine what?
Okay, I think we're good to lock in.
Okay. You guys can talk it out.
Okay, so Zahkia, help me out here because I'm in the ballpark and you feel confident and I don't.
Okay. So you mentioned max blood pressure. And for you, like, I think with blood pressure, I've heard 120/80 as like a general thing for a really, really long time. Sure. And I don't think it's variable. But I know maximum heart rate when you're exercising does vary based on your age. I used to track my heart rate when I did cardio, or I still do cardio, but when I was running, I would wear a heart monitor around my my chest, and it has you increase your age. So 220. Yeah. I think that's it. And I don't think it's a healthy pulse because that's going to be
too high.
It's way too high.
But
and you're really not supposed to get to your max. Yeah.
Here's my concern with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as a maximum heart rate. Everybody is different, and you can go above that number. So what do we really mean when you're saying heart rate?
So it's the maximum heart rate that you can exercise that can raise before you get into the danger zone, before you're getting into
maximum healthy
danger zone. Sorry.
So you're saying you're saying the maximum safe heart rate, and heart rate itself is not a term that I'm familiar with. What does heart rate mean?
I think that is the term. It was maximum heart rate. But
if it's beats per minute. Is that what the heart rate is measuring? What do we? Maybe we have to go with the answer, but it really feels iffy. It feels very not specific to me.
Yeah. I feel really good about maximum heart rate, and I understand the name of the metric is a little weird. I think it is tied to BPM, so we could do.
I'll go with you if you say you think that sounds good. I'll go with you. It just feels. It feels unfinished to me.
Okay. I can qualify it, and hopefully Nikki takes it.
Say what you think is the right thing.
All right. So, Nikki, our answer is the maximum. She's doing the ears. The maximum beats per minute that is healthy for your heart rate during cardio activity.
That's a lot to type into the spreadsheet. And paragraph typed. And Maroon Morons, what you got for me?
Yeah, so this is something that I was familiar with as well, and I actually had the same sort of internal dialogue with Alex that Jonathan was having with Zahkia, because
it wasn't just me.
It's not like your heart explodes after you get past this number, and so we were sort of going back and forth on what to call it. So my version was suggested peak heart rate for exertion, but we did just go with max heart rate because I think that is what it's called. So
your answer is maximum heart rate. So way to trust your partners. They were correct. It's the metric you'd like to touch, but you must not touch. Does anyone get that reference?
No, I don't get that reference.
That's Simpsons when he's max power and he's like, it's the name that you want to touch, but you mustn't touch.
Wow.
Someone got it. Someone listening got it. And they were like, Nikki, you're singing that all wrong, but it was fun.
It's to the tune of Goldfinger.
Goldfinger? Okay. Will, was it you that was on that episode that I hosted that we're talking about the different Eastern European lifting?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And Turkey got me. I still remember that, and it's unforced error, but yes.
All right, nice job, you guys.
Woo!
Sorry, I'm talking with my YouTube friends on the stream. What's up, Bonus Brigade?
Bonus Brigade.
Okay. That brings us to round 3. So let me give you a score check. At the end of round 2, You guys are still perfect. We are tied at 60.
Wow.
Nikki supposedly always has the hard games, but maybe you guys are just extra clever because you're perfect so far.
I feel like Nikki made an adjustment since the last game because the last game was really good, but it was really hard.
Only thing I adjusted was my bra, Jonathan.
There we go.
All right.
Keeping it classy, San Diego.
Round 3, question 1 comes to us from Jeffrey Seguritan.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Technically, I got this from his current events, his little syndicated flashcard that he has out. So thank you, Jeffrey, for that. Always enjoy his updates. And your category is fast food. No Sherlocks? Okay. What fancy pairing did McDonald's add to their menu as a 2026 Valentine's Day promotional item?
Yeah, they added that to their menu. Yeah, okay. Good. Sounds great.
1 minute remaining. And we are at time, so no one gets to talk it out, and immediately give me your answers, please.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
okay.
All right, y'all stop talking. Stop typing and start answering. Come on.
Zahkia and Jonathan have locked in with an answer. Will and Alex, please lock in with one as well.
Oh, yeah, we're locked in. Sorry.
What is yours?
We are locking in with chicken nuggets and caviar.
With no guess to what the caviar came from.
It came from the Filet-O-Fish.
That's right.
Jonathan and Zahkia.
Filet-O-Fish nuggets.
Fancy pairing.
Yeah, so fancy for sure seems like a clue because you put a lot of clues, especially single word descriptors. And so it's like, okay, well, what would be a fancy connection? And then I'm like, there's the song, I think it's by Walker Hayes or something like that. Fancy like. And so it's like fancy like Applebee's on a date night and Natty and the styrofoam. And I'm like, I feel like there's an Oreo shake in that song. And I was trying to find another thing in there, but I couldn't. I played that song in my head 3 times and I could only ever come up with one verse. And so we ran out of time and we went with the elegantly romantic wine and cheese.
I do love some wine and cheese. Well, the promotional item was called the McNugget Caviar Kit. You guys, your wild guess was correct. What? It is McNuggets and caviar. Here's a little flavor for you. Gross. It was a 1 ounce. If you signed up online, they would send you a 1 ounce tin of Bayeri sturgeon caviar, creme fraiche, and a mother of pearl caviar spoon. And then they'd send you a gift card for McNuggets. So you can go to McDonald's, buy your McNuggets, and then pair it at home with your caviar. And it was free while supplies lasted to those who signed up.
Wow.
Okay.
Sorry about
y'all laughed
How were they
at me,
feeling on February 5th?
Yes.
I don't know.
I feel better that the caviar was picked up at the McDonald's.
That was the thing that was confusing me. I was like, I cannot imagine that they sold caviar out of a McDonald's, but like, I know that people eat caviar with chicken nuggets, and of the sort of Valentine's Day thing, that is something that is McDonald's adjacent. So that's kind of where I was attacking it from. But so there you go.
It helps to know that people eat caviar with chicken nuggets because
no idea. I did not know that. How didn't you guys? You mentioned that Taco Bell had a pairing as well.
Well, so there's something called the Taco Bell Cantina, which is like you can go and get a margarita with your Taco Bell. So it's a thing that they have.
I would absolutely get that. That sounds good.
Yeah. I'd like to point out this is one of the first times I've been disappointed with our live stream chat. Doesn't happen often, but I went over there and peeked after we locked in, and I'm like, I'm going to see some awesome joke answers of pairings from McDonald's. There were none. That maybe one.
What? I see
There was
lamb
not-
and tuna fish.
Yeah, but that was a comment. It wasn't a suggested answer. I'm just saying, I really thought people would have latched onto funny combinations, and they didn't. And I'm like, oh well.
I suggested filet of fish and quarter pounder surf and turf.
Hey.
That's also clever. All right, for what it's worth, I'm proud of you, chat. Jonathan's disappointed, but I love you. What do we pair with the Shamrock Shake for something fancy for St. Patrick's Day?
Cabbage.
Nick Cole Cannon.
Yeah, corned beef and cabbage. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think you're just going to put a heavy thing on the top and the bottom of the cup and make a Shamrock Shakeweight.
Oh my goodness.
Someone just getting covered in green goo.
That is on someone's hard drive. I guarantee it.
That's unsettling.
Shamrock Shakeweight, also a contender for a future before and after question. All right. Round 3, question 2 comes to us from James Fiebert. Thank you so much, James.
Thank you.
And your category is a departure from typical elections. Your question is, in November of 2000, John Ashcroft lost the Senate election in Missouri to Mel Carnahan. After the election, Ashcroft said he would not take any legal action regarding the election results, killing any possibility of him winning. This race marked the first time in U.S. history that someone won a Senate race under what conditions?
Alex, I like that.
Yeah, let's lock that in.
Oh, wow, it's fast. I feel slightly intimidated. Wait a second. Is this the dead guy? Like the person died while they were campaigning and their wife stepped into the slot and the wife became the senator?
Oh, I like that.
I don't know that that's a real thing. That might be a fictional thing that I made up in my head.
I like it. Well, let's see. After the election, Ashcroft said he would not take any legal action regarding the election results, killing any possibility of him winning. Killing.
She used the word killing.
Killing any possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Won a Senate race under what conditions? Under the conditions of being dead.
Under the conditions of death. This is probably absolutely overshadowed by the big thing, the dimpled chads of November of 2000.
Right.
So yeah, I like the killing. I love that a dead person won, and the first time.
Yeah, Mel Carnahan's name is not familiar, and many times you might run across a senator's name if they're making a name for themselves at all, you know?
Yeah.
And Nikki, what was the category again?
A departure from typical elections.
Departure. Dearly departed. Yeah, he's got to be dead. I sound so excited about this. I'm so sorry.
We are going to say this is the first time that a dead person won an election.
Okay. All right. Is that your final answer?
If that's acceptable, I don't know if I need to say it differently, but that's where we're going.
That's acceptable.
The dead person won a Senate race.
Maroon Morons, what do you got?
Yeah, I believe Johnson's right. His wife went on to be the senator because he was dead.
You guys are both correct. Mel Carnahan died, and his wife, Jean Carnahan, was appointed to fill the Senate seat of her husband. He died, sadly, in a plane crash weeks before the election. So those were the circumstances. But yeah, kind of not a good situation, but kind of a cool piece of trivia that was the first time that a race was won posthumously. All right, round 3, question 3. Your category is probably in the garage.
How many syllables is in that last word?
I say it like one syllable. Garage.
I noticed that. That's why I'm asking.
How do you
garage?
say it?
I say garage.
Garage.
I thought you were attacking a haiku angle for a Sherlock. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
no, I'm just like, do they have garages? Is it just garages in Nebraska? Okay,
That's
I get it
how
now.
I say it. It's probably incorrect. I also do that with the word all right. I say, all right.
That's normal.
It's not a matter of being correct or not at all. I'm teasing, obviously. We all have those things. Every one of us. I hate things that are turned incorrect. Like I do my best, even though the instinct to say 90, because there's no D in 90, you know? So yeah, it's just a thing that triggers my OCD or my spectrum.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the category is probably in the garage. And you're in the garage. Your question is, what titular question does British singer Ray ask in a 2025 hit? The song peaked at number 13 on the US Billboard Hot 100. And I did double check again today because since this is a fairly recent one, I was like, is it still? Yes. Peaked at 13 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Niv, don't come for me. I think I did this correctly.
Yes, get those toots out.
We're locked.
Well, all right, but my mic's on.
Can you spell Ray?
Raye. And the R is capitalized.
Y'all are locked in.
We're locked in.
So, I mean, I'm thinking this is maybe like a "Where's my car?" or "Where did I park my car?" type of question. But given
Did they make a song of "Dude, Where's My Car"?
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know the answer to this, but that's sort of the angle that I'm coming with based off of the category. So,
yeah. I mean, that's all I've got because I'm really not great at pop music. So, let's game the category.
So what do we think? Where's my car? Is that
sure?
Do we think it's "Dude, Where's My Car"?
No, I don't think so. I think that'd be an Ashton Kutcher song.
I mean, you know, time is a flat circle, right? Pop culture always comes back around. So I think "Dude, Where's My Car" is retro at this point. But it's okay. What do you think? Where's my car?
Where's my car?
All right, we're gonna lock in with "Where's My Car."
Where's my car? And Zahkia and Jonathan, what did you guys lock in with?
Well, I knew I had two toots. Jonathan, did you know this one?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
No. This is just Jonathan trusting Zakia's exuberant reaction while the question is being asked. It didn't matter what you put in the chat. I was going to say, I'm there. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Yes, I am very familiar with Ray. Also, Nikki, since she is British, the category could have been
garage.
Probably in the garage.
That was one of the pronunciations I eventually gave.
There you go. And Will and Alex, Maroon Morons, Dude, Where's My Car would have been a little bit closer because the actual thing that's in the garage and what she's looking for is my husband. Where is my husband?
Probably in the garage.
Yeah, it's a fun song.
Zahkia is correct. This song is "Where Is My Husband?" Although she does not put a question mark in the title. It's in all caps and she puts an exclamation point. I have been trying not to talk to you guys about this song, but the way I listen to music, I will find a song, and it's not necessarily a new song, that I will just fixate on. And I have been listening to this song on repeat for weeks. I cannot get it out of my head.
It's pop, but she's kind of like, she's a little bit retro. She's a little Amy Winehouse flavored, I would say.
There's big horns, big drums. The beginning is just bam, and the ending is great too. And she's super, super fast. It's great.
I don't think we're in any danger of coming up with that answer.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
All right. It's phenomenal. I love that song.
It's got it's got the wall of sound vibe from the 70s where there's just
Yes, very wall of sound. That's a great way to describe it.
How did that go, Jonathan?
And how are you going to spell that in the episode title?
Weird cover of that song, but yeah. At the end of round 3, you each missed only one that round, different ones, but you're still tied with 80 points. The Maroon Morons and the Blueprint tied at 80 points. That brings us to our midpoint. Your midpoint category is Musical Hall of Famers, and it comes to us from David Abalafia. Thank you, David.
Oh, thank you, David.
Thanks, David.
All right, your question is, there is a gnat in front of my face, and it's driving me nuts. That's not your
There was
question.
a little mosquito flying around my microphone in the last game, and I was so worried it was going to end up in my mouth.
All right, take 2. This comes to us from David Abalafia, and your question is, to date, there are 8 artists, both individuals and groups, who have been inducted as performers in both the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For 4 juicy points each, name any 5 of them. So we are at 4 minutes. If you guys both agree on an extra minute, I'm inclined to give it to you.
Fine with me.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right, you guys get 1 more minute.
Wait a minute. They're on the same team. We haven't agreed.
Oh, I agree. Because I'm
Okay.
suggesting something that I like.
Okay, we'll agree. Take another minute.
No, you got 40 seconds now. All right, that is 5 minutes, so we won't be talking it out, but if each of you could type your 5 guesses all together in a message to me to help me keep it all straight, that would be great.
We're locking in with those.
All right. I have to say, both teams and the chat, the YouTube chat, have had very similar conversations, both right and wrong answers.
I like when that happens. There's synergy among us.
All right. Will and Alex, let's hear your answers. What did you guys lock in with?
So we both instantly threw out Dolly Parton, and then Will
I would
threw out
never
Johnny.
throw out. Never throw out. She stays. I don't care what the list is.
Then Will suggested Johnny Cash, and I suggested Elvis. Then we thought maybe Willie Nelson. And then we were really struggling for the last one, and in the end, we decided to go with Garth Brooks.
Okay, good answers. And the Blueprint, Jonathan and Zahkia, what did you guys put down for your artists?
Jonathan, I feel really bad we forgot about Willie Nelson. That's a great answer.
It is a great answer. I didn't like it when they said that just now. I do like our answers, though.
Yeah, me too.
I watched the Ken Burns multi-part documentary on country music in the last year. It was really good. And that's why I felt very confident in Johnny Cash. He was extremely crossover for both rock and country. Felt very good about Elvis Presley. He was a country starter, or he was a country star first and quickly moved on into rock, but country's going to claim him. He performed at the Grand Ole Opry. Dolly Parton, we agree. We thought about Kenny Rogers, but didn't go with Kenny Rogers. Our last 2 that were different from yours, I think the band might be a right answer. Getting credit for the Bob Dylan days, and most of their music is country adjacent, if not flat out country. And the last one, we're hoping that this was an influential person for rock and roll. We said Hank Williams Sr.
Okay. So a little overlap there. You guys had some similar answers. So the correct answers.
She thinks we stink, y'all. She's like,
No,
all right.
no, that was the gnat. That was the gnat.
Sure it was.
Yeah.
Right. Johnny Cash is the first one on my list, and you guys both had him. The list also includes Dolly Parton and Elvis Presley. So you guys got 3 of them. The band and Hank Williams are not on there. But
I'm sorry, Zahkia. Those were mine.
Willie Nelson is on the list.
Sounded so good for a reason.
And Garth Brooks, the chat also suggested Chris Gaines. Not on the list. Not on the list. The ones that you guys did not get are the Everly Brothers, Brenda Lee, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones you guys didn't get.
I didn't even think about it.
A lot of Bob Dylan mentions, like
Wait, I thought
in
there
all
were
3
8.
places. I heard some John Denver, Leonard Skinner. Someone else said Hank Williams in the YouTube chat too, but a lot of similar ideas there. So maybe in the future they will get inducted. We'll see.
Yeah, Garth Brooks, we talked about Garth, but what stopped us, I think, was the recency that the rules about the Rock Hall is that it has to be like 25 years, and that would make him a recent induction, and there's a lot
hasn't been eligible for that long.
Yeah.
Well, I was kicking around Taylor Swift, right? Because she started. But yeah, I wasn't sure. It's like, it's sort of hard, right? Because Sports Hall of Fames, it's like, 5 years after your playing career is over. But these musicians are doing a farewell tour, once every 3 years. So, hard to say.
Garth Brooks' first album was 1989, so he's going to qualify for anybody's timing wise.
Yeah, the criteria for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is loose, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Will, did you say something? Was there not 8 answers?
Yeah, I thought there were. I only heard 7 answers, but
Johnny Cash, Ray Charles, the Everly Brothers.
Oh, Ray
Charles. Yen said Ray Charles.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's the one.
That would have been a good answer.
That is a good answer. Yeah, now that you mention it.
It's amazing how easy they are once you hear the answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's as country and rock and roll have moved further apart, right? Since sort of call it the mid '90s, right? It makes sense that a lot of these people are sort of from a relatively long time ago. So
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but you got the wrong one, baby.
Sweetheart Holly says, you know who else has performed at the Grand Ole Opry? Weird Al Yankovic.
Who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, also a good answer, by the way.
If he doesn't find his way into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there is something wrong with America.
Does the polka, would that get him into country? Does polka count as a subgenre of country?
I'm sure he's done a country cover that I'm not thinking of right now.
Oh, yeah, sure. He did Achy Breaky Song.
There you go.
Well, at the end of the midpoint, the Maroon Morons have taken a very slight lead with 100 to the Blueprints 95.
Now, what a maroon.
Round 4, question 1. Your category is not the Colosseum.
Not the mama.
Your question is, what is the German term for the coming-of-age genre that showcases psychological and moral growth from childhood to adulthood?
Yeah, I think we could I'm comfortable locking that one in.
Okay. I think that's right. I don't know, but
okay, you guys can talk it out.
So, Zahkia, you seem like you've known this once.
Yes, I did.
The category is a not the Colosseum, which seems like it would indicate that maybe the answer sounds like Colosseum, or it's some other stadium or forum or venue that's similar, arena. I
think it has to do with Roman or Roman. So the phrase that keeps coming to my head is Romana Clef, which is a French term.
Isn't that a music thing?
I think it's a literature thing.
It is a literature thing? Okay.
Yeah. And I think this coming of age genre is also a literature thing. And I think it still uses the word roman, R-O-M-A-N, because that's French for a type of book, and it might be German for a type of book, but I can't. Oh my goodness.
I don't hate that. I've heard that term before.
Yeah, but Romana Clef is absolutely French. And I've heard the German term for it, and it's like, whoa. I'm just trying to
Perhaps
think of other.
It's Romana Clef.
No. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think. Coming of age German, and I can't think of any examples right now. This is
I mean, any of the examples would be anything like The Hunger Games, or any of that type of novel is psychological and moral growth from childhood to adulthood.
Yeah, but I'm like, my brain is trying to go to like German examples of it, and that's really bungling me up. And like, it's not
something by Kafka.
Is he German? I thought he was
I don't
Polish.
know, maybe not.
or Czech or something. Central European for sure. But Romandesliga, Romandescheidenfreude, Romande. I was just talking about how my mom used to slip in random German phrases. Like wunderbar. But I...
Arfenlügen.
Gladen. My goodness gracious, Zahkia, you're going to hear this and want to throw your chopsticks across the room. Romana
Das.
Romana
Quimby.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, I am struggling. Shout out to Miss Spring who taught me all of this in high school. Shout out Miss Spring. I love you.
Miss Spring, we need you. Phone a friend. Let's grow.
Yeah. She's the one who inspired me to audition for Jeopardy. Because she did it when I was in high school. Oh my goodness.
And we are about at time, so I need you guys to come to an answer.
You got to say Ramona Clef.
Yeah, all of that for Romana Clef, but all right.
Okay. Romana Clef. Will and Alex.
Well, don't say it like that. You make it sound so much like a worse answer.
Yeah, so another fun fact, even though this was not requested. I, in undergrad, used to work in the library cataloging books. So this is a word that I saw in this context. And I was trying to figure out how it worked into the name of the category. So it is not Roman buildings, but it is, I believe, Bildungsroman.
And as you can tell by Zakia's reaction, that is the correct answer. Bildungsroman. Colosseum, which is a Roman building.
That hurts. Like getting citric acid in your nail beds. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Bildungsroman.
I'm so glad that I didn't have any knowledge of that. Otherwise, I would also feel bad. But as for now, I can just enjoy some Schadenfreude.
I was kind of hoping you'd lock in with Circus Maximus.
Yeah, some examples of this are Little Women, Charlotte's Web, and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Those are some Bildungsroman examples.
A lot of famous German novels there, right?
I mean, there are German examples for sure, and I can't pull any of them, but yes.
All right, moving on to round 4, question 2, and your category is before and after. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, it is not Shamrock Shakeweight.
Well.
There goes that Sherlock.
Darn it.
This streaming service features improv comedy, role-playing games, and Brennan Lee Milligan and Grant O'Brien performing their renditions of Jesus Walks, Slow Jams, and All Falls Down. Coming to you in the chat.
Oh?
I think we got it.
Okay.
Cool. We're locked in.
We're going to lock that in.
I'm waiting for Zahkia to say we're locked in. We were locked in like 30 seconds ago. I'm like holding up my hand to you. Like, okay, you say the word.
Sorry. I was looking here. But also I had a little bit of pause. I'm like, why all the Kanye West songs? Why Genius Walks? Ooh. Jesus Walks, Slow Jams, and All Falls Down. And then I remembered Kanye West's College Dropout. So yeah, Dropout is College Humor's streaming service. I watch actually on this, and I know Brennan Lee Mulligan is their star. So yeah, I'm good with Dropout.
Okay.
So I think Brendan Lee Mulligan is currently DMing on Critical Role, and I think their streaming service is Beacon. And Will remembered Kanye West, so I think it's Be Kanye West.
I thought this was going to be more straightforward. And I liked both of your answers.
Oh, I forgot this is a before and after.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You
that
did.
hurts us. We can't be right if we only give one answer and a book before and after.
So the answer that I have written is the college dropout TV. Dropout TV is the streaming service, and you had the right streaming service. That's correct. This is the College Humor streaming service, and you guys were right that it was Kanye West. Both of you guys got that part.
We named the album. We could have figured it out if we'd have paid better attention to the category.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to say these points go to the great state of Nebraska. Both good answers, just not quite there.
You know, Zahkia, that hurts way worse than building Roman. Whatever that was.
No.
Oh yes.
No.
Yes.
For me.
We actually had the information we needed to be right here.
Yeah.
That's worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worse.
Round 4, question 3. Your category is Abba Dabba. In the 1950s, J. Fred Muggs became a breakout star on NBC television, making regular appearances on the Today Show. Despite his popularity, he was difficult to work with, prone to unpredictable behavior, and even drove one on-air colleague to quit. He retired young at age 23 and never once read from a script on television. Why?
Yeah, we can lock in with that, and we need more information. We can give it.
Okay, Zahkia, I'm not sure that you've followed the question yet. You haven't really engaged. So tell me what you're understanding.
Yeah, I'm trying to type it, but I think I understand what you're talking about, like that maybe he's an animal.
I think J. Fred Muggs is either an animal or a dummy or a cartoon who doesn't exist as a human being.
So here's the thing. I'm wondering if J. Fred Muggs, come with me on a journey here, is an elephant.
Okay, tell me more.
Think about the opening of the Flintstones. Like, yabba dabba doo, and there's like a sound at the beginning.
He's pulling the tail of a bird.
Right, and it makes kind of like an elephant type sound. And the reason why I was liking elephant is he retired young at age 23. 23 is super young for an elephant, and never once read from a script on television. Mm-hmm. It could be an elephant. But I could also be mishearing or misremembering what that sound is from the beginning of the Flintstones, but it reads elephant.
I've got another suggestion.
Okay.
What if this is Mr. Ed's real name?
Mr.
Ed is a horse. He was a TV horse. He had a show, Mr. Ed.
Uh-huh.
J. Fred Muggs could be that horse's name in real life.
Okay.
That's not young for a horse, though, is it?
But what does that have to do with Abba Dabba? Honest
to God, your connection to Abba Dabba has no connection either. That's
Abba Dabba Doo!
Yeah,
Abba
no,
Dabba Doo!
I it's more connected to Fred than it is to the sound of an elephant. I don't know I'm getting that from this.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You don't think it could be a dummy?
Why are you getting dummy? Because J. Fred Muggs does sound like a dummy name, but
it sounds like a dummy name.
Young?
Exactly. Yeah.
Retired
he's a piece
young?
of wood. He's young for a tree. I don't know. The unpredictable behavior definitely sounds like animal, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That to me sounds like animal. And I don't know why Abba Dabba is the category. Maybe it's a talking something and they make that sound, or they can point at letters. Maybe it's a chimp or an ape.
You have about 10 seconds to come to an answer.
Let's say animal and see if she makes us be more specific. And then we'll go with whatever you want.
You're at time.
It's more specific. Okay?
Okay.
All right, we're going to say animal. They
are
be
more specific.
Okay. So,
right,
Jonathan,
Zahkia.
I'm going to concede to Mr. Ed because I think it's more likely that
no, I like elephant better because Mr. Ed is not young at age 23. That would be a very old horse.
Okay.
They're racing in the Kentucky Derby as 2-year-olds.
Okay. All right.
So are we locking in with elephant?
Elephant.
Okay, locked in with elephant. Will and Alex, I believe you guys also locked in with an animal.
Ooh, we said primate.
So you still weren't specific enough.
If you want more, we'll give more.
I'm going to ask you to be more specific as well.
Was he a chimp?
He was a chimpanzee. That is the correct answer. The Abba Dabba, this is going way back.
Oh, God.
So this might be a little obscure of a reference, but have you ever heard that song? I think it's Debbie Reynolds, where it's like, Abba Dabba 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 Dabba, said the monkey to the chimp. It's
No.
Abba Dabba Honeymoon, and it's about a chimpanzee and a monkey in love.
Absolutely. Abba Dabba Lucy, not Loop Slap. Abba
That's a deep
Dabba Lootly not. I can't even make that a sentence. Wow. Nope, not for me. I didn't know it.
I am posting the YouTube video in the chat. I don't know. That was part of my childhood. I don't know. I just remember that Abba Dabba Honeymoon, and it was about a monkey and a chimp. So I thought that was a good clue. Here is some more flavor about J. Fred Muggs. He was also an artist, and one of his paintings was used on the cover of Mad Magazine.
He was also very cute and wears clothes. If you want to search for J. Fred Muggs.
But kind of a horrible coworker, I guess.
Yeah, no, you see him in suspenders there. He's part of the news crew.
He also bit people, so that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very cute, though.
They got him smoking a cigarette. Okay.
Oh, bad
Not
for his
cute.
health.
I was in the 50s, man. It was good for you back then.
For his
Sure, it was
stress
doctor
levels?
It's the doctor recommended brand.
Okay, so before we move on, Alex or Will caught something at the midpoint. I had not changed it to 4 points each instead of 5 points each. So I'm going to say, and I'm sorry for making you do all these edits, Jonathan. I forgot the warm it up credit, and now I forgot this. But at the end of the midpoint, the Maroon Morons have 96, and the Blueprint has 92. Now I'm going to tell you, at the end of round 4, the Maroon Morons have 116, and the Blueprint has 92.
Wait, we went the whole round and we got them all wrong?
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
correct.
no.
You had Romana Clef, Dropout, and Elephant. But this next round's going to be your round. I can feel it.
That was terrible.
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 Round 5, question 1, comes to us from Nick Brooks. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Your category is sports on TV.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
Your question is, a hit 2025 TV show features 2 star hockey players from opposing teams engaged in a secret romance. Their fictional teams are based on 2 original 6 franchises and their own famous heated rivalry, which you thought I was going to ask for, but that's not what I'm going to ask for. What are those 2 real-world NHL teams? Also, shout out to Nick Brooks, who wrote this question and is currently in the YouTube chat.
Hey, that's awesome.
Okay, I think we're gonna lock in.
Okay.
Are you good with that, Alex?
Yeah.
All right, Zahkia and Jonathan, you can talk it out.
So, shout out to other people who have never seen a single episode or clip of Heated Rivalry. I am so sorry. I know I seem like maybe the type. Like, I'm just not a romance person. It's not my vibe.
I get it.
Like,
I'm not judging you. I just wish that you'd have seen a clip of like a uniform. We can just get like team colors. We can get this.
yeah, I know, right? But we maybe can get there through the rivalry, right? So Detroit and Chicago do have a rivalry. However, Chicago has a rivalry with like everybody. So Chicago and Boston, rivalry. Chicago and Toronto, rivalry. So I haven't seen the show, but I'm pretty sure one of the teams is Canadian. So I feel like...
Well, wouldn't Detroit and Toronto be the bigger?
No.
I'm not talking about just in generic cities. I'm talking about in hockey terms.
Yeah, well, so when I think of Detroit Red Wings rivalries, like we're not super big on the Maple Leafs, but the Blackhawks are absolutely who we consider our rivals. Oh, okay. And I feel like if there was a team based on Detroit, I feel like I would have heard more about it, but I don't know. That's not an indicator. And Kelly McClure loves Canadian rivalry, and she's from Michigan originally, so like that could also be an indicator, but I don't know. I feel like one of the teams is Canadian.
It's either Quebec or Toronto.
So I'm leaning, and I don't know anything about the Canadians' rivalries. I'm sure they have it, but I would guess either Toronto versus Chicago. So Maple Leafs versus the Blackhawks, or, and come with me on a journey, there is something in me that's thinking the Islanders versus the Canadians.
Islanders are not a top, they're not an original 6 team.
The Rangers? Whatever the New York one is.
The Rangers.
The Rangers, okay.
I don't think I like Toronto because the Maple Leafs haven't won enough to be anybody's big rival. The Canadians,
they just don't like each
it
other.
does matter. The Canadians have won a ton of championships.
Mm-hmm.
They are absolutely a team that other teams would hate.
Mm-hmm.
We are at time.
If you want to say Rangers and Canadians, I'm fine with that.
I feel like there's something tugging in my soul that says one of these teams is based on the Rangers.
Okay,
So
let's say we're going to say New York Rangers and Montreal.
Montreal? They are the Montreal Canadiens.
We're just going to say Canadians and Rangers.
Rangers.
There you go.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Locked in with the Canadians and the Rangers. Will and Alex, the Maroon Morons, what did you guys lock in with?
Yeah, so I think our process was somewhat similar there, right?
I'm sorry then. I'm very sorry.
We too have not seen this TV show, unless Alex is holding out on me.
Absolutely not.
But I am not a viewer, although I have heard people talking about it. But my belief was, given that a sort of, erotic book and television show about hockey feels very Canadian coded, and I would know that. As I said, I am half Canadian by marriage. So having both, neither of the teams be Canadian feels like a miss. And to Jonathan's point, the Maple Leafs are just pretty unserious, unfortunately, and so it's hard to have a rivalry with them. So I was pretty confident that the Canadians was one side of this. And sort of, I thought that I might have been more aware if the Rangers were part of the, Rangers were a basis for this. So and the Boston Bruins used to win a ton back in the old days as well. So that's how we landed on the Canadians and the Bruins.
So you are correct in that the Canadians are a correct half of this equation. You guys differed on whether it was the Bruins or the Rangers. And it is the Boston Bruins.
Yes. Boo.
Just didn't know. Just didn't know.
Was it based on knowledge?
You guys were reasoning it out. This was good.
Got close.
All right. Round 5, question 2 comes to us from Will Boylan. Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will.
Your category is What a Year. For 1 week in the fall of 1994, what actor starred in the #1 movie at the box office, had the #1 rated television show, and wrote the #1 rated book on the New York Times bestseller list, Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man?
I think that's the best answer I have.
All right.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm perfectly happy with that.
All right, then we're going to lock that in.
Great. You guys have 30 seconds to talk it out.
Just a quick question from a timing perspective, Zahkia.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas was the voice of Simba in The Lion King in 1993. Was he already doing Home Improvement before The Lion King? I think he was. I'm just trying to pin down the year.
Yes. Yes.
He was. Then Tim Allen's a valid guess. That sounds like a comedy book.
Uh-huh.
He was definitely doing a very hot show, and he was in movies.
Yeah. I know because I guessed Toy Story and it said 95.
I think that's later.
I have trouble letting go of Tim Allen. I feel like that is a really good answer.
And we are at time.
We're out of time. Let's say it.
All right, Tim Allen.
Okay, locked in with Tim Allen. What did you guys put?
Okay, so we also thought of Home Improvement, and I think the movie might be The Santa Claus.
I said
Tim Allen.
I liked Burt Reynolds, famously a naked man. Who did TV and film, but I think your answer is better, Alex.
Well, it's a good thing you guys switched from Jonathan Taylor Thomas because it is Tim Allen. It was for Home Improvement, The Santa Claus, and Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man.
We were never on Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I just had a point in time that I knew he did a thing in 1993, and if he was on Home Improvement before that thing, then that validated Tim Allen for us.
Man, I mean, the category is What a Year, and that is accurate. #1 movie, #1 TV show, #1 book. That's huge.
Well, then he went on to do Toy Story the very next year.
All right. Round 5, question 3. Your category is geography.
Geography.
That was weak. Your category is geography.
Geography.
Geography?
It's never been aggressive before.
Your category is aggressive geography.
Geography.
Damn.
All right, here's your question. Bolivia has 2 capitals. Sucre serves as its judicial capital, and La Paz serves as its administrative capital. To confuse things even further, what African country changed its own capital from Malabo to Ciudad de La Paz in January 2026?
A current events capital question is diabolical, Nikki.
I think we're good, Jonathan. Don't worry.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's do it. Sounds
Okay,
great.
we're gonna lock it in.
All right, Zahkia, you can explain why you think you're right, and I'm not going to say you're wrong because I have no idea.
Okay, so there have been rumblings that Equatorial Guinea is going to change their capital, and I know Tanzania changed their capital a couple years ago. Other countries in Africa have changed their capital, but Ciudad de La Paz is Spanish, and the only... Why am I pausing so much? La Pause.
Ciudad La Pause.
La Pause. The only African country with Spanish as an official language is Equatorial Guinea. So I feel like that is a solid answer, especially considering the rumblings that I think I have heard that they are going to change their capital. So I feel fairly good about that.
I'm down. I'm surprised that Morocco doesn't adopt Spanish as a potential official language, being right across the
They're too tied in with the French.
There. Yeah, I'm good. Let's say Equatorial Guinea.
Alex and Will, what'd you guys get?
So I believe Malabo is on an island off the coast, and La Paz is on the mainland part where most of the country is, and we also said Equatorial Guinea.
Both teams locking in with Equatorial Guinea, and both teams are correct. Nice job.
What a
That
get.
was a pretty tough one. And that
was
good.
tough.
Also,
That's friggin'
Zahkia,
hard.
I was on your team before and we were trying to come up with Curacao a while back. I am so impressed with your world history. You're like, well, the country in Africa that has a history with Spain is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how does she know this? I memorize, like, I just do rote memorization of finite sets. So I could maybe get this from like Malabo used to be the capital, but you know, like all of the history and it blows my mind.
Oh, thank you. I like the Spanish language, and I also like the Africa map. This is like the one intersection of it.
Yay. Well, it was a good question. So here's a little flavor. Their new capital was previously known as, forgive my pronunciation, Jibloho or Oyala. It is a planned city. It's DJIBLOHO, Jibloho or Oyala. Calm down, Jonathan, you child.
There, Jibloho!
It is a planned city which has drawn criticism for both the cost and for its distance from the majority of the country's population. So, like, can people get to the capital now? I don't know.
Ooh, if you like Jibloho, Jonathan, one of the native ethnic groups of Equatorial Guinea are the Booby people.
Oh, yes.
How does she know these things?
Also my favorite birds. Big fan of boobies.
All right. Nice job on Equatorial Guinea. And at the end of round 5, the Maroon Morons have 146 and the Blueprint has 112. We have one more round before the gauntlet, and I don't believe either of you have Sherlocked, so please keep that in mind.
Can't take it.
I feel really good about that. I don't think I would have gotten any of them right if I tried.
I think that the first question would have been the best Sherlock question. She came right out of the gates. But there you go.
That is often the case. We try to do an easy one for the first one usually. So, round 6, question 1 comes to us from Nick Brooks.
Thank you, Nick.
Your category is For a Dream. For a Dream.
Letter 4 or number 4?
Or F-O-R-A-Y. Is it a foray?
F-O-R. You know what? I'm just going to paste this. F-O-R-A Dream.
Jonathan, do you see this?
Oh.
Anyone Sherlocking? Because otherwise I'm reading this question.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do that. We'll do that. We have Sherlocked an answer.
All right. Your question is, this Act 1 song from Dear Evan Hansen grapples with the complexities of grief and remembrance. Its title is a noun that can also refer to a funeral service or a mournful musical composition.
We are locked in.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you guys can talk it out.
I think I have an idea here, Alex.
Okay.
Elegy came to mind. You said dirge, but I think it must be Requiem, right? Because it's Requiem for a Dream.
Yes, Requiem would make sense. So let's go with that.
All right, let's lock in with Requiem.
Locked in with Requiem and the Blueprint. What'd you guys say?
So we Sherlocked, because of Zahkia, the answer of Requiem. And then when we heard the answer, or when we heard the question, we stuck with Requiem because this is a song in the first act of Dear Evan Hansen. It is an absolutely tremendous song with 3 different parts of harmony. And it's beautiful because it is a daughter, a mother, and a father, each singing a different part because they each have a different emotional reaction to the death of a character. And so one person is singing about how they won't sing a requiem because to them, this person isn't really dead now. And for another person, it's, I won't sing a requiem because this person was horrible. And so it's 3 different viewpoints using the same lyrics to mean different things. It is such a great song. So we confidently locked in with Requiem.
Both teams locking in with Requiem and a Sherlock for Requiem, which are all correct. This is Requiem. Nice clue, Nick.
This is my first Sherlock.
Yay!
Wow.
At the beginning of the last episode, Nick made a comment about how all the successful Sherlocks have been 2 teams Sherlocking at the same answer at the same time, which I refuted and said is not true. And this is another case where it is not.
Nice work.
Well done. Awesome.
Round 6, question 2. Your category is credit. According to Equifax's 2024 rankings, the U.S. state with the highest average credit score and the state with the lowest average credit score both begin with M. What are those states?
Okay, we're locked in.
All right.
Okay.
We finally get to talk one out, Alex.
Yeah.
Well, that was your choice there, buddy.
So I'm a little shocked because I would have assumed Illinois would have the worst credit score, but so
well, I thought this was going to be a Nebraska angle here, but alas, that's
the great state of Mabraska.
Yes,
Mabraska.
It's okay. We have
just drive south to Oklahoma.
Yeah. We have Montana, Massachusetts, Missouri, Mississippi, Maine. Are we missing any?
Maryland, and Michigan.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of M's here.
Montana.
I said Montana. Don't worry.
New Mexico.
Yeah. Mexico.
Meow.
Let them talk it out.
So, yeah, what are you thinking?
Could Michigan have similar budget woes as Illinois with Detroit and pensions and things like that?
Well, but like, is it the credit score of the people that live there, or the credit score of the state itself? Right? I mean,
That's a good question.
I have to assume. I think it's got to be the people that live there. I mean, Nikki, I guess, can you clarify if?
Oh, highest average credit score. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. I was thinking states. That was my problem. So,
yes. So based purely on my rampant speculation about, the people that live in certain places. Like New England feels like a sort of high credit score area. And however, I feel like a lowish like population might be better, right? For an high average.
Yeah. So you want to say Maine for high and maybe Mississippi for low?
Yeah, does that? I mean, we don't have to specify which, so we just need to give two answers, I believe. So how do you feel about that logic? I think I feel, yeah.
That seems good because, and there aren't really giant big cities versus rural in Maine. It's more kind of all small townish kind of stuff. So
yes, exactly. Because I imagine like a large urban center would probably do some weird stuff with credit score, although I don't really know. Okay. So Maine and Mississippi is, I think, what we're going to go with.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All righty. Let's lock it in.
Locked in with Maine and Mississippi. And Zahkia and Jonathan, what did you guys land on?
So for high, I also had the idea of going to New England, but I went to Money, Massachusetts. Many moons ago, I worked as a mortgage broker at a certain location in the city of Detroit where I get to get licensed in a bunch of different states. And one of the most coveted licenses was Massachusetts. Because lots of people with lots of money and assumed good credit. And Jonathan, we agreed on the low end too.
Oh yeah, as soon as you started asking the question, I'm like, okay, Mississippi's one of them. Now let's think about the hard one. Well, we said Massachusetts and Mississippi.
Well, you guys both chose Mississippi for the lowest, and that is correct at 675. That was the average credit score. And the highest credit score at 730 is Minnesota.
Oh!
The Midwestern nice. They pay their bills on time, It's
good for Minnesota.
There's the link in case you want to look up your own state.
Wow. I'm looking up Massachusetts to see how far. 723, that's not bad.
And honestly, the range is not huge.
Where's Maine?
No.
Maine is 720.
Okay, yeah.
Right there. We were more right than you were, though.
That's right.
3 points better. I think we should get those 3 points.
No points will be awarded.
God damn. I love the comment in the group saying that Mississippi might still be on the barter system.
Oh.
I lived in Mississippi. That's valid. You can trade 2 chickens for a pack of cigarettes.
Don't be trading my chickens.
I didn't mean to steal them.
Moving on to our last regulation question. Round 6, question 3, and your category is the humble annelid.
All right, hold on. We have to Sherlock this one. I mean, we don't have to, but we
I
will.
think you should.
All right, we're Sherlocking with that.
Okay.
Okay, I love it. Your question is, which busy town resident is Huckle Cat's best friend? He wears a Tyrolean hat, bow tie, and a single red shoe.
Want to lock in with that?
Yep, that's the best I got.
All right. There we go.
Okay, you guys have a few seconds to talk it out.
Oh my God, Nikki Bates asking me about the busy world of Richard Scarry when I haven't seen that show since I was a child. But
you guys are at time.
So the answer, berry. So Huckle Cat, berry worm, Huckleberry. I know it doesn't have anything to do with humble, but I can't pull anything that has anything to the humble. And annelid is a worm. I like berry the worm. If you're good with it, Jonathan.
I told you I don't know any of this. This is
okay.
This is nothing. I could give you nothing. But then on top of that, I was able to help you in no way. So, yes, I'm fine with Barry.
I am embarrassed that I can hear the song da 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 da. Come visit Busy Town. Like I can hear the song, but I can't pull the name of the stupid worm. And I know exactly what it looks like. Drive me crazy. We'll just go.
I think it is cute that you described it as having one shoe. That was very. I do enjoy that premise.
It is absolutely a worm. So you just do Barry worm.
All right. I'm trying to keep a straight face and say Barry the worm. And what did you guys lock in with?
Well, so we picked up on the whole annelid bit and Sherlocked with Earthworm Jim, another beloved,
that's
children's
nice.
TV
That's really
character.
nice.
But yeah, we had no idea. We didn't even know where Busy Town was or what IP it was associated with. So after much ado, Alex suggested William the Worm, and that's what we went with.
When in doubt, go with alliteration.
We have a Sherlock of Earthworm Jim. We've got William the Worm, and we've got Barry the Worm. But this is a humble annelid from Richard Scarry, so he is lowly worm.
Lowly. Oh my goodness. Oh.
He's got the little hat, the bow tie, the shoe, and he drives an Apple car, and he is adorable.
So here's the thing, Nikki. When I don't know if I remember, I never read the books. They were either read to me, and I saw the TV show. So I wasn't thinking lowly, like Lowly. I think like lowly, like it's just a cute little Lolly name. Lowly word. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And don't forget Goldbug. You got to look for Goldbug.
Like no one else is.
What era is this? What years was this happening?
Early
Richard
90s.
Scarry's classic. I mean, he was around. Those books were around at least in the 80s, but I think even before that.
Yeah.
Okay. Going into the gauntlet, including your Sherlocked answer that was correct for 5 points, Blueprint. Your scores are the Maroon Morons with 156 and the Blueprint with 127. And your category for the gauntlet is Boldly Go. Boldly Go. And I'm going to need you to message me your wager, please.
Let's go for it.
Okay. Our wager is locked in.
Okay. Our wager's locked in.
All right. Question 1 in the gauntlet with the category of Boldly Go. In 2025, what Missouri-based company launched a campaign called Here for It? Its more well-known slogan, We'll Pick You Up, has been in use since the mid-1990s.
I agree.
All right, we're locked in.
We're locked in.
All right, both locked in. Question 2 in your gauntlet. John McClane stymies a bomber in what 1995 film? It's the third installment of a famous action franchise.
We good with that, Alex?
Yeah, I think so. So we're locked in.
Okay, let's go with what we had. Our answer's locked in.
All right. And your final question in the gauntlet is nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor. This 1958 film stars Tony Curtis and Sidney Poitier as escaped prisoners who are shackled together and must learn to work together. Kind of wish Robert was here to do an impression.
Our answer's locked in.
We're locked in.
All right, let's go through the gauntlet. Question 1 was, in 2025, what Missouri-based company had the famous slogan, We'll Pick You Up? Maroon Morons, what did you guys put?
We went with the Enterprise.
Okay, and the Blueprint?
We also went with Enterprise. They'll Pick You Up.
Question 2. This is a John McClane movie, and it's the third installment of a famous action franchise. Blueprint, what did you guys put for this one?
Oh, yeah, we hemmed and hawed about this for a little bit. Die Hard with a Vengeance is what we went with eventually. We thought that was the third movie in the Die Hard series. Wasn't sure how it tied into what we think might be the theme, but that's what we went with.
I mean, at this point, we're giving answers, right? So we think that obviously we think the theme. We think the
theme.
What did you theme the think was?
Anyway, we thought we were dealing with Star Trek, and the first one obviously was Enterprise. That's great. We don't know where the Star Trek tie-in is for Die Hard with a Vengeance. So we think it's right, but we don't know why.
Maroon Morons, did you agree with them?
Yeah, we did. I mean, sidebar, Die Hard movie names towards the end of the series were pretty excellent. Live Free or Die Hard, another banger. But yes, we also locked in with Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Okay. And your final one was a 1958 film starring Tony Curtis and Sidney Poitier. Maroon Morons, what did you guys put? I think you were on the same theme. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, we were hoping The Vengeance was off of Wrath of Khan. I could come up with a bunch of Tony Curtis and Sidney Poitier movies that it wasn't. And so I thought maybe they break out, they're voyaging. So we guessed Voyagers.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
And Zahkia and Jonathan, what did you guys come up with for this movie?
So we also named a bunch of movies that it wasn't. I liked the idea of escaping from prison, and then we're just naming different Star Trek anything. And then we happened upon number one, the first mate of TNG, who is Riker. So we said Escape from Rikers Island, because that's a prison.
Escape from Rikers Island. All right. Well, you guys both had the same theme. Let's go through and see how you did. The Missouri-based company that says we'll pick you up, both of you got that. That is Enterprise. John McClane, we're looking for the third Die Hard movie, and that is Die Hard with a Vengeance.
All right.
And the film that we were looking for in 1958. Now, you guys were right. We were looking for Star Trek ships. So the Enterprise and the Vengeance are all Starfleet ships from Star Trek.
Really? I didn't know that.
And the final one that we were looking for, the film, was the Defiant ones. Defiant is another Starfleet ship. Yeah, the Defiant ones.
I've heard of the Defiant ones.
It's a good category. Really like that.
I feel like there was some deep lore in the YouTube chat. I feel like even if you knew Star Trek, those are some tricky ones to remember. And also, even if you're great at films, that was still kind of an obscure film. But if you had both angles, I was hoping you could get there. But sorry to trip you both up.
No, it's fine. I've heard of the Defiant ones.
Part of the game. Now, part of the game is also wagering.
That is part of the game. So we're going to start with Zahkia and Jonathan. How much did you guys wager of your 127 points?
So I've made the habit of asking my teammates, do you want to be aggressive, strategic, or conservative? Zahkia said strategic. So we did a little bit of math, figured that you will probably end up, if you miss the thing, somewhere around 58 points in the end. We wagered 60.
Wagered 60, leaving you with a score of 62. Maroon Morons, you started with a score of 156. How much did you wager?
So, just quick, they have 67 because of Sherlock.
All right, I need to switch over to that new spreadsheet because the math ain't mathin'. I was trusting the subtraction, but it's using a formula in that cell too. So yeah, I should have mathed that. You're correct. 67 points remaining. 6-7. That's still a thing. Still a thing. My kids now cringe when I do it. They're like, Mom, that's not a thing anymore. So now I do it just because of that. Okay, Maroon Morons, you started with 156. And how much did you wager?
So, okay, Alex pointed out that 99 is lockout, and I somewhat anticipated that Jonathan was going to do the strategic bidding. So the sort of both lose, they still win number I came up with as 69. So we then decided we would go one more order of logic and came up with 97. But Jonathan, tricky Jonathan, sounds like he went even deeper. So we bid 97.
Nice.
97, leaving you with a score of 59, which means with a score of 67 to 59, Zahkia and Jonathan are our winners of today's episode.
Nice
Good game.
job, Jonathan!
What a cool finish. Yeah, actually, so for our wager side, just so that the logic is clear, the backup double check was, hey, does this wager also do good if they try and lock us out? But initially it was your minimum safe bet. You're 29 points ahead. You might wager 28 as a pretty safe bet. So I want to get us on top of whatever the number is if you wager 28. 60 accomplished that and also kept us in the sweet spot above where you would finish if you tried to lock us out. So it became one of 2 or 3 numbers that was possible for us to wager.
Very nice.
Loved it. What a game. Well done, Nikki. That was a really good game.
Can we give a shout out to our YouTube chatters?
We should. I totally forgot to do that last game.
Our number one bonus brigade chatter today was lucky number 69845.
It's a lot of numbers there. Red October 25. Sweetheart something. I can't see the whole
Sweetheart
name.
Holly 99.
Sweetheart Holly and Nicholas Brooks rounding out the top 4. Very cool. Thank you all for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed yourselves. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I love what you're adding to the show. It's fantastic. And before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout outs and promote causes that they care about. I usually like to start with our winning guest, but unfortunately we kind of bullied you in the end there, and it was all hosts with the win. So I will eeny, meeny, miny, mo real quick, and it looks like Alex is going first.
Just stick with my usual and, support your local trivia and trivia podcast, because if you want to keep going, you got to support it.
You are right about that. That's a very valid point. Thank you very much. And Will, over to you.
Yeah, nothing major to shout out other than just be kind to your fellow human beings. Always a good idea.
Love that as well. Okay, guys, that is going to wrap us up. We're all done. What is this, 574? Next episode's 575. We're only 25 away from 600. Whew, big times, guys, big times. All right. So, for Alex, for Will, for Zahkia, and Nikki, my name is Jonathan, and this has been episode number 574 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good games.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit propodcastingservices.com.
What's up, YouTube chat? I am going to give you the answers to the warm it up, the couples, the halves of the couples that I threw out earlier while you're waiting during the midpoint. So on the Drew Carey show, he was paired with Kate O'Brien. Rory Williams was from Doctor Who and was paired with Amy Pond. Tara McClay was on Buffy and paired with Willow Rosenberg. Logan Eccles is from Veronica Mars and was paired with Veronica Mars. And then Sawyer, James Sawyer Ford, was paired. They have Juliet Burke on here from Lost. I think one of you said Kate in the chat, and I think that would count too. And then Chuck Bartowski from the show Chuck was paired with Sarah Walker. So I think you guys got most of those. So nice work. I say wonky. I also say, what in the hee-haw? I have a lot of kind of wonky minced oaths because if I'm around a live mic, I do not like to curse. Also around kids, I guess. Or I'll say something really honked me off.